Hey everybody, it is Yishan here, back with the long-awaited Gren Maju deck profile. This format has been kind, I would say, to Gren Maju. I mean, it's certainly better than last format. Anything will beat the full power Ishizu tier format, where pretty much everything else was unplayable. This format, I mean, you've got a decent matchup against Kashtiro. I will say the branded matchup can be a little difficult, but yeah, it's at least at least you can play. And today I wanted to show you my Deep Sea Diva Gren Maju. Now I've been testing this a lot. I've been doing a lot of thinking, and this version's pretty good. I enjoy this one. I think it's got a powerful access to a lot of level 10 synchros. But I have been wanting to also test out a Golden Castle version, so you may see that sometime in the future. But yeah, for now, I'll just go over this build. Let you know my current thoughts. I actually am struggling on a few choices. So if you guys have any opinions on some of the questions I post in this video, please leave them in the comments below. Because yeah, I am kind of like stuck on what to play, and I want to see if the great internet, the great YouTube has any great ideas. So yeah, let's get into the deck profile. I'll sort of highlight my unsure points about the deck when I get there, but we'll start off with 2 Gren Maju and 2 Eater of Millions. Now, I'm playing the 2 and the 2 right now. I've been doing this for a while, ever since I felt like power creep has caught up. But if there was ever a format to play 3 of each of these, this might be the format. You have Kashtira, which basically has a Rise Heart as its best way to deal with this, but that's easily outed. And a lot of times you want to play under 5 summons to get under Nibiru because there's a lot of Nibiru running around, as well as the fact that Kashtira is doing a lot of the banishing for you for this card, so it actually makes it less of a brick and easier to get to those lethal attack points. So might be worth playing 3. That's all I'm saying, and I will, it's something I've been thinking about. So there you go. But right now it's 2 of each, and we're running the 3 Deep Sea Diva. This is the Deep Sea Diva version of the deck. So basically, as you know, this card is just to get rank 10 synchros, and it can make a rank 2 play sometimes, but mostly it's the best level 2 tuner that you can just normal summon. And it was something I came up with a while back, and it's actually pretty good. It gives you access to like Baron and Chengi and the extra X. So if you've never tried it, I would definitely recommend trying out the Deep Sea Diva version a couple times. It's a lot of fun, and it makes good use of the level 8s. So of course we've got 3 Gizmek. Just the best, just like the Gren Maju support card. Basically, it came out a while ago. It's getting like, I feel like it's not as powerful as it used to be. It's still pretty good, but not as powerful as it used to be. You kind of have to play because it's the best card. But it's just, yeah, it's not as powerful as it used to be. But still pretty solid. And then Dangers. These are like the cards I hate the most in the deck. I'm only running 2 Thunderbird and 3 Bigfoot just because I feel like, I don't know if it's just me, or I don't know if you guys have felt. It's just like, it just feels so like, I wish these are just level 8s that just special summon themselves, because right now it just feels so bad, like, to miss. Like it used to be, I feel like, a couple years ago, like if you hit this, at least you'd pop a card and you'd feel okay about it. But right now the misses just feel, like, I'd just say, like, terrible. So like part of me wants to just abandon the Deep Sea Diva, abandon the Dangers, go with like Castle and Astral Karibo. That might be a build I'll do later, but yeah, I don't know. Let me know what you guys feel about it. But 5, I don't know, just because I wanted to keep it under 40, and I felt Thunderbird was worse than Bigfoot. Bigfoot could sometimes pop like a Rise Heart or something. Let me know what you guys think about the Dangers this format, or just in general. 3 Alpha, this card I still really, really like. I mean, this is like a level 8 that just special summons itself. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I need more of in the deck. But yeah, this card's totally cracked. So yeah, and the Kaiju synergy is just off the walls, so I like it a lot. Okay, Kaijus. I'm actually playing 7 because, well, there's a couple reasons. We'll get into it. But we have 3 Godarla, 3 Gamma Seal, and 1 Dog. I used to be playing 6 because, I don't know, it just looked cool, like 6. But why am I doing 7? Well, I feel like, first of all, Kashtira banishing your deck, it makes you want to have more Kaiju. You like Kashtira. Kaiju is good against the Rise Heart, as well as you just want to make sure you have 2 in your deck for Slumber. Yeah, they're just really, really solid. I've enjoyed the count up to 7. Of course, you could play 6. I just cut like either Godarla or Gamma Seal. But they're just solid, this format. They're just really, really good. So like, it's almost like you kind of need them to keep up with the the pace of play these days, just out stuff. But that's it. That's all the monsters. Spells, we've got it pretty straightforward. We're playing 3 Slumber. It's still good. It clears the board and puts a level 8 on the field and helps you summon your alpha. So really, really strong. This is not going anywhere regardless if you're playing Castle or not. So there you go. 3 Slumber. 2 Pot of Desires because it's because it's semi. Yeah, I mean it's fine. So you play 2 Desires because you can. And then we're also playing 3 Trade-In. Now this is a card I've been liking less and less, just because I feel like Ash is really in the format right now because of Branded. In fact, I kind of want to play Ash in the main deck myself because this has a pretty terrible Branded matchup. But yeah, it's just like it's so hard to come back from Trade-In and getting ashed. I feel like you just like that's another reason. Like I just want to like part of me just wants to cut this card, cut the dangers, cut the divas, and just put like Castle and Astral Karibo and other cards like that. But yeah, I don't know. That's how I'm feeling right now. I don't know what you guys think, but it's just like the days of like trading for like Gizmek, or it's just like you feel like I feel like I'm always getting ashed. Like seriously, I don't know what it is, but let me know what you guys think about that. But it's just like there's so many level 8s, so it's like good, but it's also just not great. Let's see. Cards I have been impressed with this format. Change of Heart. This card's just, I mean, it's so much better than Mind Control. I can't say how much better it is. Like, I don't know. It's just I've had both, and like every time I draw Mind Control, I'm like, man, I wish it was Change of Heart. So I just cut Mind Control. Now I'm only playing Change of Heart. I mean, it came off the ban list. Really, really strong. Good with Zombie Vampire, of course. So yeah, Change of Heart. Real nice card. And then 1 Monster Reborn. You're not maining Shifters, so this card makes a lot of sense. On Harpies, really, really good. So yeah, really, really good there. And then my last 4 cards are going to be 2 Triple Tactics, and I actually don't have the 2 Thrusts, but I'd be playing 2 Thrusts for a total of 40. I think if you didn't have Thrust, you could just play again another Gren Eater would be fine. But Thrust and Tactics are just really, really good against Cash, and they can give you more draws and keep your hand advantage up. But yeah, part of me just wants to just cut all cut the dangers and cut the trade-ins and play Golden Castle. But I will do a deck profile of that later. I don't know what you guys think. I don't know if anyone's thought about Golden Castle this format. But I feel like it could be good. So yeah, there's that. That's the main deck, 40 cards. Okay, extra deck. Extra deck I think is pretty solid. It's not too stuff there. I have the two level 10s, Baron and Changing. Changing is like so good in this deck. It's like Gren Maju, honorary Gren Maju at this point. You can just get up like 6-7k attack, and just its effect is crazy. Really, really like it. In fact, this is like the reason to play the Diva version at all. I feel like these two. 1 Sky Cavalry just because it's good with Kaijus. It makes Zeus. It gives you Diva. It makes Diva a play by itself, which is nice. So I like that. Yay for Sky Cavalry. And then the Dragubion package, which I find myself summoning less these days, but of course I feel like still necessary. Honestly, these get banished so much by Kashtira players, so not even sure if that's good or bad, but that's just how it is. So yeah, still good though. Then 1 Zeus. This one gets banished a lot too. Kind of want to play 2, but I don't know. It's like if you play 2 of it, then they always banish something else. So it's like, I don't know. It's hard to win against Cash. In terms of extra banishing, you can actually win against the matchup relatively easily. But everyone's playing Nib now, so that's something to be worried about. And then just the whole rest of the Zeus package. I use 7 Sins all the time now. So ever since I started playing this card, I use a Pain Gainer. It's just so much better. Just play this. You use it so much. So play 7 Sins, play Pain Gainer, always. I've been converted a long time ago, so definitely do that. And there's like this $40 card or something like that. I don't know why it hasn't been reprinted yet, but there you go. It's just like you kind of need it this format to negate Nib, I feel like, because everyone's playing Nib, it seems. So this card's good against Nib. It's also like one of the better ones to make to protect your floodgates going, if you're like going first, because it's like Kashtira's like Fenrir is just banishing stuff. So I don't know, there's that. 1 Zombie Vampire. It's good for tactics take, good for mind control, good for Monster Reborn. So helps OTK. Sometimes you can get lucky, just mill some good stuff and OTK some people. So there's that. And then the links. I'm playing 2 Linger, but just because this deck has legitimately no way of dealing with an Ibli, and you have to play 2 to play around it. But honestly, Ibli's getting less and less popular, so eventually, I might okay, the Cashier players are not playing Ibli anymore. Finally, I can take this out. But who knows? They still play Ibli just to play around Nib, I guess. And then 1 Nightmare Phoenix. just because it's good. So yeah, just dark is not really it this format. I feel like it doesn't really do anything. So yeah, that's all for the extra deck. That's 15. I'm not really missing anything. Obviously, if you played Castle, you could cut these 3 and play like, I don't know, Sanafond, the zombie, whatever, rank 8. And I guess you'd have another extra choice. Not sure what that would be, but yeah, some good cards there. And then side deck. Side deck, I think, this is where I'm struggling with a little bit. This is where I kind of have some questions. See what you guys are thinking. So I'm 3 nib. I think makes a lot of sense. It's good against a lot of decks. Good against cash. Just wins the game. Gives them a big token so you can still summon alpha. But pretty good. Okay, so I also want to play 3D Shifter, but I also want to play 3 Ash. I feel like it's between Shifter and Ash. Shifter just good it's good against Branded, pretty solid. But so is Ash, and Ash is better like going first against Branded because you can make a play and still have an Ash. Whereas Shifter is, I feel like, better against like random combo decks, but like of course is still pretty good against Branded. Because it just like shuts down, like it shuts down Mirror Jade and it shuts down the Brandon in red or the one of the traps. You have a hard time dealing with those, as well as it kind of shuts down the Bestial Lubellion. So I'm like tempted to go for Shift right now, but like maybe Ash can find its way in the main deck because the Branded is actually so tough. But I feel like you just want to have Ash so you can just okay, you go Brain Fusion, Ash. All right, I like that's like what you need. I feel like this format, right? You just like have no chance. So I kind of want to like main deck this card almost, but I'm like stuck between these two. So I'm curious to hear your guys' opinions on that. You need some background where I like Lightning Storm, but I feel like there's more and more like Destruction Protection, so might have to switch to Evenly or Cosmic at this point. But still pretty strong. Of course, going second deck. And then, okay, I want to play like 6 going first cards, so that'd be like 9 cards in the side, depending on Ash or Shifter. But like, this is where I get stuck. Okay, so last format I had these in, but these I feel like aren't as great this format. I mean, this is okay against cash, and this is just not that great. And this isn't that solid either. I mean, you can get some Bestial players with some like branded stuff with this card. You can definitely get them with it. But it's like it's not a complete lockout on the game. So there's like so many options this format. There's a couple I've been thinking about. Magic Deflector, I just found this. I don't actually think this is a real option. This card is like it's just not good enough in Gren. But it's interesting thought. There's also Soul Drain. This is a really interesting one. It kind of only affect your Gizmek, I think. And it would stop a lot of the shenanigans. Like it's better against Despia because it stops the like the banish and the grave effects. But of course it doesn't really stop the Lubellion, which kind of blows, right? So maybe it's not good enough. It's not really that great against cash at all. So I don't really think it's that good. There's Macrocosmos, which is pretty good as long as you draw going first. Like you draw it right away, it's good against Branded Despia. But other than that, like it's good against a lot of decks in the format. As well, but it's kind of trash against Kashtira. I was also thinking about Mistakes, and now I'm just piling the cards on here. Let me move them out of the side here. I was also thinking about Mistake. This card seems actually pretty solid right now. It's good against cash and good against Branded, which I like. It's good against a lot of stuff. There's so much searching going on right now. I think Mistake is actually a pretty solid choice. You are losing on some stuff like tasking and such, but yeah, Mistake's an interesting option. Let me know what you guys think about this one. This one I actually think might be decent. Anti-Spell, that's another option. I think this card's pretty good. It's good against cash and Branded as long as you're going first, but if you're like, it's not good if your opponent decides they still want to go first and you have this in your deck. It's just absolutely terrible. So like you want your going first cards to also be okay going second if you're able to crack their board and set them, right? So that's sort of the idea there. And then I'm running, or not running, but all like Dimensional Barrier is another big one, right? Like this card's good. I was even thinking like non-fusion area, like there's like, I don't know, but DBR maybe just better. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Are you guys have any go first cards that you guys are using? Because I'm kind of struggling with that. There's like Denko Sekka maybe for back row to Lightning Storm. But yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of like lost. So what are you guys doing with the going first cards? Let me know. In the description below. But feels good to do a Gren Maju deck profile again. I love doing those. It's my favorite deck. So let me know you guys' thoughts. Subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.